Okay, so we founded it probably about 5.5, 6 years ago. When we first started, we were doing more work with primary schools and probably primary school children, just because that was a natural link. Um, it wasn't really mentoring to start off with. It was more interventions, half interventions for children to be able to take on board practice that they were being taught. But we just put it in a really nice, practical way, and it's no different to some of the stuff that we used to do. Um, but then I suppose COVID came, um, and initially we were really worried because it closed schools. We were thinking,
Yeah.
crikey, where do we get our work from? Um, but again, things happen for a reason, and as a result of that, um, people then understood what we did because they'd heard about our outcomes in schools. They'd heard about our outcomes with sort of slightly older young people as well, 16 to 18 years of age. And then we just had people knocking on our door to say, look, we'd love you to come and work with us. And people, even now, we've gone from that point. We've never had to market ourselves or sell ourselves, because word of mouth is no different than, I suppose, the Forest of Deans is in Gloucestershire. If you do a good job and you get the right outcomes and you do it in the right way and you build the right relationships, opportunities come your way because people want to work with you. And I suppose been the biggest change, that we have had to drive our own um, mentoring programs for the first 2 years or so. But the last 3 years has very much been someone has come to us to say, look, we're getting these outcomes. We don't necessarily like them. How are we going to change them? And how are we going to include mentoring? So it's been a bit of an education of, this is what mentoring can be. And this is how you can use it to not necessarily to tackle the outcomes they didn't want. It's more a case of building relationships. It goes back to what we were doing in year one and year two, before we even got onto the employment and stuff. Just get to know the young person. Just go in, have a cup of tea. I'll drink plenty of their tea, that's for sure. And just, get to know them, where the starting points are, what's pissed them off in the past, to make sure you don't do that again. Acknowledge how they want to move forward, and you just go with it. And we're in such a lucky position now, boys, that we are getting programs that we can write up. Yeah, just a lucky position that adult education have come to us recently and said, we'd like to do some mentoring, offer some mentoring, but it's got a mass focus. I'm back in my element now, aren't I? So it's like trying to write programs for children that are like year one and year two, but actually bringing it to life for people that are 18 to 24 that have just really had really poor experiences in maths, or just really negative experiences in maths. So they've let me loose writing programs for that, and these are like 60 people at a time. It's not small numbers. So I've been busy the last month or so recruiting new people with the right attitude, the right stories behind them to know why they're doing it, to be able to put new mentors, on the table, really.